Al is coming up next. So they're going to have a great show with you. And I will see you next Monday on HSN Today. Keep shopping. Have a great weekend.
I'm Adam Freeman. Join me and Amy Morrison for First Friday, your first look at the best of the month ahead on HSN. Enjoy a special show for our biggest and best Labor Day sale ever. And check out all the exclusive sneak peeks you don't want to miss, including today's specials from Lancome and Corez. Plus, Andrew Lessman gives us the scoop on the launch of his monthly special for September. Don't miss the fun. Tune in tonight at 7 p.m. Even the most undiscerning pups decline ordinary shampoo. No wonder they hate bath time. No, that won't do. Treat your special canine to a spa day with Royal Treatment instead. Made of organic ingredients that are safe and non-toxic, it's great for sensitive skin too. Give your best friend luxurious, silky soft hair. The results are positively plush. Search Quick Buy at hsn.com.
Hey guys, good morning and welcome to At Home. I'm Valerie Stepp.
Hello, and I am Michelle Yarn. Good morning to you.
And we are definitely celebrating the kickoff to a holiday weekend.
Yes.
So we're super excited because we have lots of special Labor Day sales for you. Do you have any big plans, Michelle?
I plan to do absolutely nothing.
Okay,
preferably
like
on a beach somewhere.
I like that. Well, sounds like you're going to be getting outside, and we hope that you're getting outside this holiday weekend. And guess what we have for you? The Bionic Hose is back, and we have all 3 sizes. So your 50-foot, your 75-foot, and your 100-foot, and it is all on 4 flex, so that is going to be super exciting. That's the end of this hour of At Home, so that I hope that you stay with us for that. Yeah.
And you know what? If you do have plans to entertain this weekend, you do not want to miss our At Home 101 segment, because we have tons of really simple ideas for you for everything from your decor to your recipes as well. They're just small touches that you can pull off now to make it look like you put a lot of effort into that party. It's all happening today at home.
All right, well, you're gonna see At Home in a whole new way, because we have the brand new launch from Bell & Howell of our polarized sunglasses. Exclusive configuration. You're getting a chance to see them first. I'm telling you, you know how you've heard of seeing life through rose-colored glasses? Well, we're gonna give you polarized vision that is gonna give you the most amazing way to see clearer, sharper, more amazing color in your life, in your everyday life, because we all want sunglasses, right? But what are your sunglasses doing for you? So today, for less than $20, we have from Bell & Howell your polarized sunglasses that comes with the case. It also comes with the clip. It's $4.99 to get home. It's an amazing value. No more squinting out of your sunglasses and trying to avoid all of those UV rays, because it is going to protect you from that as well. All right, I'm going to bring in Lou Caputo. Now, Lou is going to be with us this entire hour. This morning, how did we get so lucky to have you the entire hour
I don't
at home?
know.
Well,
it's exciting.
It is exciting, and this is exciting, an exciting
Yes.
launch.
Yeah, no, it really is. First of all, I'm going to tell you, everybody out there right off the bat, these glasses don't make sense. They don't make sense. Because for what you're getting for the price, it's really amazing, okay? First of all, these tack glasses by Bell & Howell, we know Bell & Howell's been around for over 110 years. We know that they made what forever? Projectors with lenses, so they know how to make lenses. These are, now listen to this, for the money, these are 100% UV, okay? Both A and B. These eliminate glare through polarization. So you're talking about a pair of really cool looking polarized sunglasses with 100% UV protection for just the craziest cost. And by the way, you're getting a carrying case with this and a cleaning cloth all together. Normally, you only get that when you go to the eye doctor and you get the expensive glasses.
Right.
And you're getting all of that with these. Now, let's talk about what makes these special, though, okay? Because we just rattled off a whole bunch of different things. First of all, look at the style of these, okay? I'm going to put them on because I look that good with these on. Watch this. With these sunglasses on, okay, these are tactical sunglasses. And what does that mean? These are styled after the type of sunglasses that are worn in the military and by law enforcement, okay? And they do that for a reason. They wrap around your face so that your peripheral vision is also also protected from the sun. Yeah, no, it's a very important feature of these, okay? The UV protection that's in these, okay, again, UVA and UVB, okay? Very, very important. Why? Have you ever left something out in the sun for a couple days and you see how faded and damaged it becomes? Think about what that same ultraviolet light is doing to your eyes, okay? It is well documented and it's been tested that UV light can damage your eyes, okay? Now, the other thing is the glare, okay? Polarization removes glare. I want you to see something. Look at the monitor that's sitting on the table in front of us right here, okay? When you look at this monitor, you don't see anything. It's just this white, glary monitor, okay? We're gonna show you a camera shot and we're gonna look through the lens on the TAC glasses and I want you to see what you see. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Now on the lens, there's actually an eagle and an American flag.
That's
when you have the
crazy.
TAC glasses on, you can see it. Without the TAC glasses, nothing. But with the TAC glasses, all of a sudden, you can see it.
That's amazing.
Isn't it cool?
Fact that, and to look at it with the naked eye, like you look at it and you're like, there's nothing there.
Right.
Imagine being able to every single day put on your sunglasses and they do that UVA, UVB protection 100%, reducing that glare, blocking out that glare so you're no longer squinting, whether you're in the car, whether you're on a golf course, whether you're hiking, just being outside. I love the snow skiing one as well, because you know that glare that comes right off of the snow.
Sure, you should wear your sunglasses all year round.
It's exactly it. You should always wear sunglasses, but if you're picking up a pair of sunglasses, you know, you go to the store and you say, you know what, I'm just gonna get a pair of sunglasses for 20 bucks.
Right.
What are they doing for you? Today from Bell & Howell, this is an exclusive launch. This is brand new. We have never seen this before. And not only are you getting this amazing technology and glasses that are comfortable and wearable, but you're getting the case and you're getting the cloth too. Over 300 of you have already jumped in. You know the value.
Well, okay, so let's talk about that for a second though, okay? So normally, most of us out there figure, I'm not gonna buy expensive sunglasses because, you know, I lose them, I break them, they fall off my face. I mean, all these different things happen. So you're like, why am I gonna spend the money on something I'm gonna lose anyway? But when you buy cheap sunglasses, what are you losing with that? You're losing the UV protection, you're losing the polarization. You're actually doing harm by buying the cheap sunglasses. I mean, just because sunglasses are dark and they eliminate light, what that's really happening when you get dark sunglasses without the protections, your eyes are opening up more. It's letting in more of the damaging light. You have to have those. So to be able to pick up a pair of sunglasses for this cost that have the UV protection, that have the polarization, this is not your drugstore pair of sunglasses where you're walking in there and you're paying just a couple of bucks for. And I want to show you something interesting. Here's a pair of sunglasses that we picked up, okay, in a drugstore, okay? And when you look at this on the side right here, you can see we paid a lot more money than we're talking about today, okay? Here's the funny part about this, not polarized. No UV protection. They're just dark, okay? So you're getting so much value out of these. Now let's talk about some of the other features, because when you look at the sunglasses themselves, okay, we talked about the wraparound and how that's important to have, okay? The other cool thing about these is they one size fits all. And when I say that, I mean really one size fits all. I have a big head, and I think everybody on the crew here would agree. Yes,
I mean, I wasn't gonna say anything,
I know, I thought I'd just put it out there. But so I've got a really big head. I wear like a 7 5/8 inch hat, so I've got a big old noggin, okay? My wife has a tiny little head. We can wear the same pair of glasses, and they don't pinch my head. Now, the other huge feature about this is this. When I put these sunglasses on and I look down, do you notice how they're not sliding off my head? I have ruined more pairs of sunglasses where I look down and they just fall off. But the TAC glasses are made so they wrap around your head, but they don't pinch. Okay, so you're not gonna feel that pinching feeling in the side of your head. Another huge benefit of this, really comfortable nose piece inside of these as well. I mean, just so many features. Now, take a look at this, okay? I want you to see how great these look on everybody. If you hunt, if you fish, if you drive a car, which I think most of us do, you wanna have these on, because if you're not wearing polarized glasses, the UVA and B, yes, that is going to actually affect your eye. But the polarization, the non-polarization, I should say, the glare that's caused, that's what does this to you, where there's two different types of glare. There's glare that causes discomfort, and there's glare that's debilitating. Debilitating glare is basically what we saw in that photo, where you can't function, you can't see anything, you can't judge distances, you can't do anything, you can't see colors, none of that. But the minute that you put those polarized glasses in, okay, that's where you start to see colors. So basically, it's the equivalent of going from standard definition television to HD.
That's what I was just thinking.
It's vivid.
I'm imagining seeing life through a whole other way. And also, I just want to point out how comfortable these are. So I'm going to clip these on. Male, female, younger, older, whatever it is, everyone needs to wear glasses. So I want you to think about protecting your eyes with the highest form of protection, and then also reducing the glare, blocking it out. Every time you get in the car and you see that reflection, you know when you're driving home from work and the sun's starting starts to come down and you're like, oh my gosh, my visor's not there and I'm trying to figure out. That's actually a safety hazard. So for $4.99, you're gonna get a pair of glasses. They're gonna have you see the world in a whole new way. Vivid, more clearer, more sharp images, plus you're getting that protection. And I have to say, no more squinting. Hello, like you know that, what's that doing? Lou, what's that doing?
It's making wrinkles on your face.
I wasn't gonna say that, but you know.
No,
I
but
mean,
it's true. That's exactly what squinting does, is it causes wrinkles, and it's very uncomfortable, quite frankly.
It is.
Those two things, if you can get rid of those. Well, and you know, here's the thing, okay? Now
do they
let's
look good on me? I mean,
they look good
okay,
on you.
I
No, you look good.
I
You
needed
look good
a
before, but you look good now, too. So here's the thing, okay? This monitor right in front of us here has no polarization on it whatsoever, okay? So it's just a big glary mess, okay? But if we look through our TAC glasses, now watch this, if we look through the TAC glasses and we put that polarized lens in between, see right there, you can see that eagle in there. And by the way, you can see my hand is going behind the glasses too.
Right.
Okay, so that's
No
not some kind of
tricks.
TV trickery right there. That's actually looking through a pair of sunglasses we have sitting on a podium. And you can see right there, there's the eagle. I can't see that with my naked eye, but you can see it because you're looking through the TAC glasses. And by the way, people don't understand what glare is, okay? And what polarized light is, okay? Because see, here's the thing, the glasses aren't really polarized. They're negating polarized light. What it is the light itself is polarized, okay? So light, okay, let's do some science. Light is both a particle and a wave, okay? When it hits a solid surface, it turns into a wave, and it's a vertical wave. And when it hits your eye at a certain angle, that's what causes glare. By the way, that's called Brewster's angle. When it hits your eye, this gives you that tremendous glare. I know, Julie Truster's like, hey, Mr. Wizard, that's great. It hits you in the eye, and it causes that glare that renders you pretty much useless. You can't see colors, you can't see details, you can't see anything. But the minute that you roll that filter in, basically it's almost like blinds for your eyes. And all it's doing, it's not eliminating all the light. And by the way, I don't want you to think this is like the dark sunglasses.
No.
Where it makes everything dark and dim. Because we're eliminating polarized light, we can let in more light, but we're getting rid of the glare. And that's a very important distinction. And you know, typically you're gonna go to the eye doctor and spend so much money, Valerie, for a pair like this. But not here. But not here.
This is the brand new exclusive launch. You are seeing it first. Our phone lines are very busy. You're taking advantage of $4.99. That's 4 flex this entire holiday weekend. And need I say, the glasses are worth it in, you know, every day, all day. But you're also getting a case so that you have somewhere to put it. You have somewhere to protect your glasses. Plus, we are including the cleaning cloth so you can keep them, you know, brand spanking new every single day. But what's really nice is that you're not spending an arm and a leg, right? When you think about when you go into the drugstore and you're buying a pair of sunglasses just for the day, you're like, oh, I forgot my sunglasses. They're not protecting your eyes. This is UVA, UV protection, 100%. They look good, they feel good, they're not gonna fall, right? You wanna make sure that you can, you know, look around, grab the kids in the background, and they're comfortable and they look good. And every single person should be protecting their eyes.
Let's say they did fall though. And let's say that somehow you managed to crush them or something happened. You know what? Buy another pair, because honestly, and see, that's that drugstore mentality. We're thinking to ourselves, you know what? I'm just going to go buy myself an inexpensive pair of sunglasses somewhere, but you're giving up all the things you're getting from the TAC glasses. Watch this again. Glary screen, no polarization. Now, watch what happens when we actually look through a pair of the TAC glasses that you're buying right now. You can see all the detail. You can even see colors. You can see there's an eagle, there's an American flag. You can see all the colors right there. Without eliminating the polarized light, you can't see any of that. So when you go and buy cheap sunglasses, what you're losing the UV protection, which is damaging to your eyes, and that's been documented. When you buy the cheap sunglasses, you don't have the polarization, so you're squinting, you're getting the wrinkles, you're getting, you know, the discomfort that comes from that. When you buy the sunglasses with both the 100% UV, which is these, and the polarization, you don't spend a lot of money on it. No. You gotta feel kind of good about
this. This is a great gift. If you're thinking of the person that has everything, but likes to spend time outdoors, likes to maybe take road trips, hike, bike, maybe you're going skiing, this is that perfect gift. It's $4.99 to get home. Brand new, exclusive configuration. You are getting the cloth and you're getting the carrying case, which is a really nice, sturdy carrying case. Great high quality, over $30 value, get home for less than $5. So I'm so happy that so many of you are picking that up this morning, and they do look really good.
They do.
I mean, I like the fact that they do so much for you.
I look good.
You look good, Lou.
I look good.
And Lou is going to be staying with us the entire hour, but standing by, we have Michelle Yarn, and she's going to talk to you a little bit about what we have coming up at Home.
All right, so we know we're kicking off the Labor Day weekend right now. It's the unofficial end of summer, so the only thing left to do is throw a party, of course. Take a look at these ideas for you, because you can invite the family and the friends over, have a nice patriotic summer send-off with these really fun and easy recipes and decorations. One idea I love, make sure you stay hydrated, right? It's still hot out there. All you have to do, add some fresh fruit to a mason jar full of water. How adorable are these? It's a fun grab and go alternative. I love the strawberry blueberry for a little red, white, and blue there. There's so many different ideas for you to check out. All you have to do is visit HSN's red, white, and blue board on Pinterest, and you will get all kinds of ideas and tips and tricks for that celebration and beyond. Okay, so since we are at home, I gotta tell you, one of my favorite tasks on the to-do list is scrubbing dirty toilets. Said no one ever, right? It's a disgusting job, but we have a way for your toilets to actually clean themselves. You heard me right, from the inside out. You're looking at that magic right there. It's that cyclonic action of these little scrubbing bubbles, and it's called Hurricane. And so we have this back. Last time it was here, it totally sold out. It is now back in stock. And what you're getting today is 9 months worth of never dealing with one of these things again. Okay, we have 9 packets for you, and we have it for $29.95, and because it's a holiday weekend, everything's on 4 Flex Pay, so you can get this home for $7.50. Lou, you've got to show me why we are able to now get rid of this nasty, nasty thing and let our toilets do all the work for us.
Let them do it. It's funny how everybody's so curious about how you don't have to clean your toilets anymore. Imagine that. Nobody wants to clean their toilets. Let me show you how these work. The Hurricane is a powder that you pour not into the toilet, but into the tank on your toilet. Take a look at our little toilet that we have sitting over here on the side of the set, okay? Now, for those of you that aren't aware, this is the tank on the back of your toilet, and that's the reservoir that holds all the water that goes in the toilet when you flush it, okay? Very simple. But if I take the lid off of this, okay? Now, this ranges in size from about 2.5 gallons to about 7 gallons, depending on how old your tank is, okay? You pour the Hurricane in here, and you're gonna let it foam up. You need about 6 hours for it to work. But I just do it at night before I go to bed, so I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, and what it's doing is it's eliminating all the nasty stuff that grows in your toilet bowl tank, the slime that's in there, bacteria that gets in there, all the different things. Because if you think about it, if the water that goes into the bowl is coming from here and there's nasty stuff back here, do you really want that going into the bowl and then going up into the air? No, you don't. Take a look at this animation. This is going to better explain to you exactly how the Hurricane works. When you put it in there, watch this. I'm going to show you this live in a second. The way the bubbles get in there, it foams up immediately and it starts working. But it does it without chlorine. It does it without any smell. There's no odor to this. And it actually scrubs the toilet from the inside out. So when you let it sit in there, it is eliminating all the bacteria and all the nastiness that happens in that toilet bowl tank. And then every time you flush the toilet, okay, that water's going in. Now, let's do some fun stuff, okay? Because this is a cylinder that is much smaller than the volume of area that is in your toilet bowl tank. But I'm going to show you this for a reason, because I want you to see, we've got some of the Hurricane in the bottom right there. I want you to see how with just putting regular water in here, how it's going to foam up. You ready for this? Because it's actually kind of amazing. Now watch what happens. Look at the science experiment we got going on here. It's like one of those volcanoes that you had at a science fair as a kid. Now, in your toilet bowl, it will never foam over. This is a much smaller container than what I should be using.
Just so you can see. Look how thick these bubbles are.
Just so you can see. Actually, put your hands to the side of this too. Okay. You're going to feel a little heat coming off of it.
Oh my gosh.
Feel that? Chemical reaction going on. And what it's doing is that it's all those scrubbing bubbles that are getting in there and scrubbing your toilet. So you can see that it's very active. And even if you look into the cylinder itself, that is like all the water I poured in there. It's like solid bubbles all the way through now. So it's going to be working so you don't have to. And it's cleaning that toilet from the inside out. And if you've ever had to replace parts inside your toilet, and actually this was invented by a 4th-generation plumber, a really nice guy named Johnny V, okay? Because he kept seeing toilets where they would have broken parts, it would be getting clogged, and all these things were happening. By putting the Hurricane in there, it's eliminating all these issues that we have. And the big deal is, you're not doing this. We're not using this. We're not using this. We're not using this. You don't have to do
even
any
a new
of that
one.
stuff.
I don't want it anywhere near me.
You know what? And nobody does. Nobody wants to touch on this stuff. And the neat thing about it is all you do is their slogan is you tear, you pour, and nothing more. So you just pour it in the tank, you walk away. So let it sit overnight. In the morning when you flush the toilet, watch what happens. It's going to start getting rid of, it even gets rid of the hard water stains.
That is that ring that you get, especially it's almost like the toilets you use less have it worse sometimes because they do get that ring around it.
Because the hard water sits there long. longer.
Yeah,
so if you've got the
absolutely.
tank clean and it doesn't have that hard water in it, this is really going to be a benefit. I'll show you one more time over here. We've got
Let's
a
do
fish
it.
tank, okay? Now, this is about half the size of what a tank on a typical toilet is. As I said, they run from about 2.5 gallons up to about 7 gallons, depending
Right.
on how old the toilet is, okay? So I've got my Hurricane right here, so I've already torn the top off. I'm just going to pour it in, and I want you to see the way this is going to work. And what's going to happen is, you can see it starting to foam up. Look down here. Look at the action that's going on below the water line. And what's going to happen is, as we're talking, this is just going to keep rising till it gets to the top of the tank, and then it's the surface tension when it reaches the top that stops it from going over, okay? A little more science for you. So it's going to come all the way up to the top of this. But the nice thing is, I'm not in there with this bad boy scrubbing away. And here's the thing. Even if you scrub the inside of the toilet bowl,
Right.
you're doing absolutely nothing for all that water. It's like a Petri dish in the tank, okay? You're doing absolutely nothing for the water with the brush. All you're doing is just getting stuff off of the enamel, off of the porcelain. This actually works from the inside out. And if you think about it, at the end of the day, it really makes sense. We've all heard the horror stories about when you flush your toilet. The mist.
I can't even.
Come on.
There are so
We have
many.
to tell people.
Let's just say your items end up out in the air as well when you flush.
Now
Yes.
our director Rebecca just said to me, and she's right, no open toothbrushes in a bathroom. And the reason we say that is this: when you flush your toilet, okay, that water goes up in the air, and mist
gross.
from the water gets on everything, including toothbrushes.
Yeah.
Okay? It's disgusting, I know. But that's why you want to use the Hurricane to make sure that the water that's going in there is absolutely as clean as possible. Let's go back to the toilet one more time, because I want everybody to see this. Come on over here and join me. Because you know, a lot of people don't realize, if you look inside a toilet tank, okay?
Oh, I'm renting. We talked about this.
We talked about this.
A piece just broke, and I thought my toilet was clean, and I took this off, and
you were sorry that you did that,
I
weren't
just
you?
wanted to run. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that's
we don't think to look.
No, nobody ever thinks to clean inside the toilet tank, but that's the source of all the water. So any grossness in there gets into the toilet, gets into the air, and it's just this big cycle. Plus, there's a lot of moving parts inside the toilet, okay? And these things will get coated with slime and hard water and all kinds of things. And that's where a lot of your malfunctions and breakdowns happen. I've fixed more toilets in my day than I care to think about. But you know what? With the Hurricane in there, I'm really confident I'm not going to have to do it again. And all I do at night is I take the top off, and this is once a month, by the way.
Yeah, I love
One
that.
time a month, you tear it off, you pour it in, you put the top on like this, and you just let it sit there. And you're going to see it foam up. And believe me, the first time you do it, you're going to stand there and you're going to stare at it.
I bet
because
it's so
that
fun.
exciting. No,
Yeah.
it's really interesting. And you watch it foam up, and as it does, it's cleaning for you.
And if
you don't have to.
you think about all those nooks and crannies, how could you ever clean those little parts in your tank? And where the water travels, how could you ever clean inside all those tubes and the jets here that spray into your bowl?
Yeah.
Cleaning under that rim is disgusting. You always end up splashing things around. You can't get a real clean on that. To have bubbles go to work for you. And as we said, you're getting 9 of these. Imagine 9 months of not touching your toilet.
Now, when we say 9 months, that's for one toilet. So if you've got multiple toilets, you know, think about that for a second. You're going to need one for every toilet. The other thing, too, is let's say your toilet's like super, super bad. Like maybe you live at a gas station kind of bad. You know what I'm talking about? Really bad.
Yes.
You can use up to three of them at one time to shock the toilet, just like you would a swimming pool. So you're going to shock it the first time, and then after that, you can go to the once a month kind of deal. And it's not going to foam over even with the 3 of them. But speaking of foaming over, let's do this again, because I love this experiment, okay? So we've got some of the Hurricane down on the bottom right there, as you can see, okay? I'm gonna pour just water inside of this. This is much smaller than a toilet bowl tank. It's gonna overflow, but we want it to, because I want you to see how crazy the reaction is. Look at this. So all I did was just pour a little bit of water in there, and boom, instantly, look what happens. It starts coming up to the top, and again, if you put your hands by there, you feel a little bit of heat coming off the sides of this, because it's the chemical reaction that's happening, and that's what's cleaning the toilet. The thousands, millions of bubbles that are in there that are going to be scrubbing this. Remember, this is never going to overflow in your toilet. It can't. It's not going to happen. But we purposely use a very small container just so people could see that.
You know what I love, though? You see all this action. You can feel the heat. You know it's working. I don't smell anything. And a lot of times when you really want to clean something, you get those fumes, that chlorine smell.
Yeah.
None of that with this. So to think that it's going to work for you, we're crossing 1,000 here. Oh, we already crossed it in the last like 20 seconds. Because nobody wants to clean the toilet. Nobody wants to deal with it. You don't even have to measure anything. As Lou said, you seriously tear it open, pour, nothing more, right? I mean, the instructions are 1, 2, 3, and it looks like the third step tells you to walk away.
It does, it does. Just go sit down, put your feet up. That's
How much easier could that be? And being that it's a holiday weekend, it's free shipping, it's 4 flex payments, you're getting a 9-month supply for 1 toilet.
That's it. Now, I just want to say something, because I know a lot of people out there have septic tanks. If you have a septic tank, you can use this in a septic tank, because what it's doing is it's just treating the toilet. Okay? It's not doing anything else. It's just working on inside of the toilet. Once you flush that water, it's going to be fine. So you don't need to worry about that. You're going to be perfectly okay with that. Let's show you one more time our example of the toilet. Because remember, if this were a real toilet, my options are, I'm in there with the brush on my hands and knees. I'm in there with the weird little shaped bottle that goes up underneath the rim.
This thing that you hope not to drip across your bathroom as you're putting it back.
You know what's really disgusting about this thing is that when you put it in there, it's just sitting in its own nasty water. But
I hope this is new.
I digress. Let's move on. So, okay, I already got the Hurricane open, so I tear, pour, and nothing more. Watch what happens when I pour that in there. And I love this because immediately you see it go to work. You see it start working under the water surface. You see it starting to foam up to the top. And that's, watch this, it's gonna come right up to the top and it's gonna stop there because of the surface tension. And this is, you know, about the size of a small toilet bowl tank.
Sure.
Okay, this is, I think, a 5-gallon tank, John? Yeah, John's nodding. Okay, so like 5 gallons. So your toilet bowl tank can be anywhere, actually I think that's 2.5. It could be anywhere from 2.5 to 7 gallons for a regular toilet. But you see what it's doing there. And it's gonna stay like that for a while it's working. And I tell people, you know, we recommend 6 hours to let it sit. The easiest thing to do is at night before you go to bed, just pour it in that tank on the back of the toilet, walk away, go to sleep, and when you wake up in the morning, your toilet is going to be sparkling clean as if little elves were in there cleaning it all night long.
And I love seeing the bubbles go to work. It's almost like a swirling action.
Cool.
Yeah, you
moving.
can see, it's
They're
like going to bed and having little cleaning fairies come and clean out the nastiest part of your home. I mean, and I have 2 toddler boys and a husband, and let me tell you, the toilet is not a pretty place that I want to be dealing with.
No.
So if I can clean it every time I flush, my to-do list just got a lot easier.
Do you smell anything?
Nothing.
Do you smell any odor? No.
Nothing.
So when you pour this in there, it's not like some of the cleaners that we have out here where you put them in the toilet and
what are you spending on all this too?
And over and over and over again.
Right.
Well, and here's the thing. How many people out there only clean their toilet once a month? Right? No, you don't. That's
not going to tell you.
No, exactly. And if you did, you wouldn't admit it anyway. My point is that you can do this once a month and you don't have to think about anything else. You don't have to get down on your hands and knees. Have you ever tried to like really look up under the side of the bowl when you're cleaning it to see if you're getting it clean?
I try not to because it looks like that.
Exactly.
I know it looks like that. So
no, I've done it. I've done it.
The
and it's a
idea
terrible feeling.
that this is getting all those nooks and crannies, all of the slime and the crud that's left behind, it's really getting in there and cleaning it every time you flush. Think about it. Look, it's surrounding all of those little parts you would never clean. In all the tubes, everything.
Yeah, and see, the powder is dense, okay? So when you pour the powder in, it goes to the bottom of the tank and then it foams up. So as it's traveling up, those little bubbles are just doing their magic, bubbling their way up to the top of it and getting rid of all the nastiness that's in the toilet before you put it back into the bowl.
I love it. You're making our lives easier. You guys, you got a 9-month supply here, free shipping for FlexPay. I don't know why you wouldn't want to take advantage of that. So thanks for showing us a way to make it a little bit easier. And Valerie, we're going to go back over to you with something amazing. It's our showstopper, guys. Check this out.
Okay, well, with over 183,000 sold from Everbright, you are in the right place at the right time if you like lighting, if you want protection, if you want that instant gratification that no matter what, no wiring, no electricity, you're always gonna have instant light that's motion activated, that's solar powered, and today you're getting a 2-pack for less than $20. It is an amazing value, so I want you to take a moment to think, where have you walked around your house that you're saying, I really wish I had a light there? You know, maybe it's that tree, maybe it's a fence, maybe it's in your front door, maybe it's in front of your garage. Wherever it is, you can get that instant light that's powered by the sun all day long. So there's no replacement parts, there's no wiring, there's no electricity, there's no cost to you to keep this maintained and up and running. But every time someone walks by, it instantly turns on. So that means it's a safety hazard. If you're out of town, if you just want people perusing around, you are getting a 4-pack today of the most super bright LED motion lights that are solar powered from Everbright. It is on FlexPay for Flex all weekend long. It's $4.99. I know you're saying, okay, but I want to see how they look. Are they durable? Do they look good? Are they going to be aesthetically pleasing? Well, Luke Caputo is staying with us, and we are here to see how these work. I'm fascinated by these. These are awesome.
These are really cool little little lights. And I say that because I've tried lots of solar lights.
Yeah.
I've tried all different kinds of ways to put lighting outside of my house. These are incredibly slim, incredibly, look at the profile on this. So when you put these up outside of your house, they are going to blend with the surroundings. Right here are the actual LEDs. Now you notice they don't look like bulbs because they're not. They're circuits. These are called SMDs, surface mount device LEDs. Very tiny, puts out tons of light, uses very little power. This is a motion sensor right here. So these lights are actually going to know when to turn on and off, but they have a little secret. But by the way, there's the solar panel, big solar panel, right on top there. And it's at an angle, so they're always going to get light. Now, there's an on-off switch on the bottom. I promise you, you will turn them on one time and never deal with this again. So when I turn that on, if I cover down here the little light sensor, did I turn them on or did I turn them off? Oh, there we go. Now I turned them on. I surprised myself. But when you look at this, okay, you can see how, let me look at my hand.
That's bright, yeah.
See how bright that is? So there's a ton of light coming off of these. What's going to happen normally is these lights go to a 10% dim mode. So they're always on, but they're only on at 10% brightness until they sense motion. And the moment they sense motion, then they come on like this one is right here, full on brightness, and they are incredibly bright. But the cool thing is, Valerie, you can put these anywhere you want outside. Anywhere you want.
That was the appeal for me is especially if, you know, maybe you rent, you don't want to necessarily put anything attached outside. You can actually just peel and stick and place it and it's done. So I want you to think about where you can use this because you might have said, you know what, I really like the motion sensor. I really like the idea of it being solar powered because I don't want to use, you know, electricity. I don't want to hire an electrician. I don't want any funky wires. And you're getting a 4-pack for $4.99. Now we always give a 30-day unconditional money back guarantee. So I challenge you to get these home, place them wherever you want, and then watch them go, right? Watch the fact that it's powered by the sun, you walk by, and then they're instantaneously going to come on in the dark, which is when you want them to come on, right? Because it's the dark time that you're
so
like,
you never
I need
have to
light.
worry about turning lights on, turning them off. We're going to make it dark in the studio because I want you to see how bright these lights are when they come on, okay? Here it comes. The sun's going down. Boom! They all came on because we're standing back here moving. Now, TV cameras, and you hear people say this a lot here, TV cameras need a lot of light. I'm going to turn these guys on just by waving my hands in front of them. Isn't that neat? So you're seeing us, and you can, the fact that you can see us at all is amazing because, like I said, TV cameras use a ton of light so they can produce the image. But these lights are really, really bright, and it's a nice soft light. It's a nice, you know, color temperature. It's very clean white when you see these in person. And the nice thing is there's no wiring. And see how these are turning off in front here? But the minute
it's like they're going to sleep a little bit.
Yeah, they go to sleep. And that's that 10% mode I was talking about. They go into this 10% like almost slumber mode, okay? And then they come on full power when they sense motion. So if we were to stop moving, these would all turn off. And I'll show you another demonstration of that in a few seconds. But let's talk about, let's bring the lights back up. And I'm going to talk about some of the alternatives that we could use to these. Because, I mean, typically, when people think outdoor lighting, what are you thinking? You're thinking this, right? So we're thinking about putting a couple spotlights out there, okay? And the only issue with that is this right here. You've got all these wires that either you are going to try to tackle yourself, which I don't recommend, or you're going to hire an electrician, you're going to pay a lot of money for it. And let's say you want to mount lights to a tree. Maybe you got like an acre of land or something, and you want to put lights out on a tree out in the back end of your property there. Guess what? If there's no power run to that tree already, you got to pay somebody to trench that out all the way out there, and you're talking about a lot of money. Maybe you've tried lights that use batteries before, okay? And then you're replacing these batteries over and over and over and over. Not going to happen with the Everbright. And one thing I forgot to mention, when you look at the back of these lights, okay, do you notice that there's a 3M adhesive on the back here?
Yep.
So you can just peel and stick these onto your walls, onto stucco, onto, you know, any surface, your dock, a railing. I mean, whatever it is you want to put these on. Peel and stick these on there, and it makes it very, very simple to do. We also give you the mounting hardware. Let's say you actually did want to mount these more permanently. With
one for each.
Yeah, one for each. With the screws and the mollies and everything like that, we give you that as well, if you want to go down that route. Now, the other question I get asked a lot by people is, are they going to stand up to the weather? Okay? Right. Well, we've got an interesting little demonstration
because they're outdoor.
Right
They're specified for outdoor, right?
Yeah, they are. I'm going to give the Everbright, and they're weather resistant. I'm going to give our Everbright light here a bath, or a shower. Could turn into a bath if I do this long enough. But you can see right there, as I pour this on here, if you live up north where it's damp, or you're down here in Florida where it's raining every 5 minutes, you don't need to worry. I've had some outside of my house now for coming on 2 years, and you know, they work as well today as they did the first day I got them. So you can see right there, clearly, water is not going to be a problem. Snow is not going to be a problem. These are going to work for you all year round.
Yeah, and I think that's really important because they're reliable, right? So whether you're leaving town or you just work crazy hours like myself, or maybe you have kids that come home, think about when it starts getting dark. very soon. It's gonna get dark earlier. Where are the kids after school? Or do they walk home? Do they get dropped off? What happens when you walk up to your door? Is it dark? Did you forget to turn the light on? That actually costs electricity. This is a way that you can always have lighting that's gonna be there. It's reliable. It's powered by the sun. So that's no monthly fees. There's no wiring. There's no electricity. Nothing on your bill is gonna be added. And you can place these anywhere that you want them. I think one of my most favorite thing is, yes, they're solar, yes, they're gonna be powered by the sun, but the motion detection. Because how often have you thought about, is somebody possibly around the corner as I come home? Well, if somebody's walked by your garage, your fence, your side door, your back door, those lights are gonna come on every single time. And they come on bright enough that somebody might go, I'm gonna go the other direction. So I know that Lou is standing by, but I really encourage you to pick this up because we've taken $10 off. We're doing 4 flex pay all weekend long, so it's $4.99 to get home. And with over 183,000 Everbright lights that have been spoken for, that have been sold, I'd love to hear from you. Tell us what you're doing with them, where you're putting them. 1-866-376-8255. That's our testimonial line. Lou and I would love to hear from you. But you may be saying, well, where else can I put this? Maybe you're gonna put this as you walk up to a second story, right? Maybe you have a deck in the backyard that maybe you have a separate entrance, a mother-in-law suite. So we do have Lou standing by, and he's gonna show you kind of another way that you can use our lights.
Well, yeah, I want to show everybody how this whole dim mode works on the lights. And notice we've got one above the door over here. I've got a bunch on the wall next to me over here. And again, these are just mounted with that adhesive that they come with. We're going to bring the lights down, and I want you to notice that as it gets dark in the studio, I need everybody to stop moving just for a second.
That's hard.
See how they went? I know. Oh, see, I moved. See how they went? It was in 10% mode, right? But the minute I walk in front of this, see how they all come on?
Yeah.
And they go to full brightness mode. Now, if I go back to where I was standing, okay, and I just stand perfectly still, and that's very hard for me to do, you're gonna see that they're gonna start going into the dim mode, like the one above the door did it. Come on, guys. They're gonna go, there's movement. But they go to that dim mode, there we go, okay? About 30 seconds, they go to dim mode. It just seems like it's longer. And then when I move, again, the lights come back on. So that's the whole feature we're talking about here. When we talk about they stay in the dim mode, and that's awesome if you're like putting them by the top of a staircase,
yep,
so people can angle their way toward it, and then when they get close enough, it's gonna turn on. The range on these is about 20, 30 feet for the sensors on them, so they're gonna pick up any motion. If I stand behind the wall, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hide in the alcove.
There they go.
Watch
They're
how quickly
down.
they go off again. And then once they all go to dim mode, then if I move, they're gonna come back on again. There we go.
Yep, almost there.
Almost
I like
there.
that they stay on for a good portion of time,
Oh, no, they
though.
will.
And they're sensitive enough, the slightest
Look, see?
motion. Yeah,
20,
that's
30
really cool.
seconds,
Yep.
they stay on.
Yep.
And then they'll go off again when they stop sensing motion. And that's the cool thing about them, is and that's actually why they last for so long, is because they are regulating themselves. They're self-regulating, so you don't need
That's
to
nice.
worry about that fact. So, you know, unconventional places where you could put these. You
Yeah.
could put these on a railing. Think about that if you had to pay somebody to come out and wire a railing. I mean, how expensive would that be? Put it outside your front door, put it out by your garage. You know what one of my favorite places is? And this is one where I don't really need a light except for one thing. I have it out by my trash cans because raccoons.
You know,
You know what I mean?
have to say, when I take my dogs out, my dogs are blind. So when I go outside, I have to have light because of that exact thing. If I step out into the dark, I don't know what's lurking out
You
there.
have no
And that
idea.
yeah, you have no idea. So the fact that these are sensitive enough to capture if someone's moving by or if there's an animal, a raccoon, a possum, whatever it is, this is something that I know when I think about lighting, I just don't like any fuss. I want to be able to say, I want something that's reliable. I want something that's always going to turn on. Remember, this is powered by the sun. So there's no addition to your electricity bill. You don't have to call anybody to wire these in. You place them wherever you want. And today you're getting a 2-pack for less than $20. But we've broken up your payments into 4 interest-free payments. So it's $4.99 to get home. And this would be that perfect time that maybe you pick up several packs because you are going to put this in, you know, in your garage. Maybe you don't have those outdoor decorative lights that turn on when you pull in and, you know, in and out to your car or when you walk around to the back, on your fence, on that tree. The fact that you can peel and stick and these are weather resistant, they're going to be outdoor. You know, you don't have to worry. It's really just a stress-free way to know that you're always going to have outdoor lighting.
It's the easiest do-it-yourself project you're ever going to do, honestly, because all you do, if you can peel the adhesive, the backing off a Band-Aid, okay, you can put these up. I mean, it's literally that simple to do.
Yeah.
Take a look at this real quick. I want to show you again the water resistance of these. So if you live up north where you get a lot of snow and you get those nor'easters, or if you're down here in Florida where we get the hurricanes every 5 minutes, you can see right there that these are going to be absolutely absolutely at home, living outdoors. It's not going to be an issue. You know, and then the other thing, as we mentioned earlier, is typically when you put up lights, you know, your only alternative for a lot of people out there, if you want to put up motion lights, is some, you know, is some big guy like this.
Which is cumbersome and kind of permanent when you ask me.
And this, and the wiring thing. Well, and that's the other thing too, is that even though we give you that adhesive and it's very incredibly powerful, you can pry these off when you move if you want to bring them with you. But for me, one of the biggest deals is that really sleek styling on these, because they're very unobtrusive. We've all seen solar lights where they've got like a separate light panel and they got something on an articulated arm that sticks out. These are so tiny and so sleek. I don't care what your house is like, what style it is. These are going to look good out there. Remember, there's your solar panel on the front right there. There's the motion sensor, that little ball, and then you can see those SMD LEDs right there, those little yellow dots. Those are actually the LEDs. So if I turn it on, you can see how bright that becomes and how quickly. And remember, it's going to go to that 10% dim mode before it senses motion. The minute it senses motion, these go to 100% full bright light. And it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot of light for something that's actually battery powered at the end of the day.
It is. They're super discreet, but they're super powerful. If you know anyone that lives alone, if you have somebody that lives in an apartment, remember, you can place this at your front door, maybe in a back porch, anywhere that you want the light to be activated as soon as they see motion. So that's the real key here, is these are solar powered by the sun, so there's no cost, there's no replacement parts, and you're getting two. They're always going to turn on, they're reliable, and it's $4.99 to get home. We do have a little bit of a hold. Over 450 have been spoken for this morning, because when it's something that's so popular and you can get two home, and we've taken $10 off, and you know, the light kind of goes off, no pun intended, saying, where can I put these? How can I use these, and who else could use them? Do you have somebody that just got a new apartment, somebody that lives alone, maybe a college student that just went off and you said, you know what, I don't want them walking, you know, into that, you know, into their dorm room from the outside, and I want something that it's not gonna have to be like an electrician that has to come out. So this is a great offer for you this morning. We're so excited that so many of you are picking this up. And I know that Lou is standing by. I think we're gonna are you gonna walk by again, Lou?
Well, I'm gonna show you this time on a staircase, just because it's an unconventional place. So lights aren't on, let's bring the lights down. They're going to go into dim mode, and the minute I move in front of them, see what happened? And you can see they're lighting up the staircase down here too. I mean, where I'm standing right now, the staircase, each step is fully lit when I'm looking at right there. And you can see all the other lights turn on as I walk by them. That's that motion sensor kicking in as I'm moving around.
I love the motion sensor. It's that peace of mind to know that if you're coming home in the dark, or if anybody's lurking around the dark, these suckers are gonna turn on in an instant. You don't have to flip a switch again. You don't have to go do anything. And these are gonna last you a really long time. And they're sleek, they're discreet, but they pack a powerful punch. And they're a great value today. The fact that you're getting two for less than $5. So stay on the phone lines for that. All right, well, if you're just joining us, Lou was here earlier with the Hurricane. Now, this is that way that you're going to clean your tank and your toilet bowl with one simple product. No odor, chlorine-free, and it has this powerful cyclonic action. So you dump it into the tank, and then you just let it go. Like, it literally scrubs and cleans the tank, goes all the way through into the toilet bowl, so that you don't have to worry about pulling out that scrub brush. This is $7.49 to get home, free shipping and handling. And how many, Erin, did you say? Wow, almost 2,000 of you have said yes to the Hurricane. You are getting a 9-pack. So if you do have several, you know, bathrooms in your house, maybe you pick up a few packets so that you literally don't have to clean your toilet practically ever again. All right, well, we do have some outdoor activity happening for you at home this morning. We're gonna be outside with Lou Caputo, and we have it back, the Bionic Steel Lightweight Garden Hose. All 3 sizes are available, but we do have limited quantities. We do have 4 flex pay on everything, celebrating our Labor Day holiday weekend. So if you've been eyeing that Bionic hose, I just got mine. I'm so excited to take it out of the box this weekend and use it. Don't go anywhere. We do have more for you at home. But here's a quick mention about one of my favorite cosmetics. It's from Pride.
I'd worked for many, many years for one of the biggest beauty giants, and I really felt like the beauty industry had shut out women who were over 50. We decided to create a brand with passion behind it. Pride Beauty is absolutely cruelty-free. We have Leaping Bunny status. We give $1 to animals out of every purchase. We have the very best from nature, cutting-edge ingredients, the best science. We're about real women, real results, real fast.
Touch kept me high.
Welcome back to At Home. I'm Michelle Yarn, hanging out with Lou Caputo all hour, and you're looking good in these shades, see?
Wearing my tack glasses.
See? When we head outside, you gotta have them, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna take them off because you don't have some, and I feel bad for you because you're squinting, so I'm gonna...
I gotta show off my lashes, you know, one of those things. So listen, we're gonna continue helping you out outside the home with one of those items that we all have, we've all used, but you've probably got one of these, right? That rubber hose, it's heavy and bulky, it gets slimy, it cracks, it's horrible. We're gonna upgrade you a little bit with a bionic steel hose. Now this is lightweight, you can't kink it, can't crush it, can't freeze it. It is like it's wearing a coat of armor. That's the way I like to think of this. But here's the thing, it is so lightweight and it is so flexible. You can actually coil up the 100 foot and store it in a flower pot. I mean, it's unbelievable. And we've got them in 3 different sizes for you today. So you have your choice of a 50 foot, you can do 75 foot, or the most popular is the 100 foot. But no matter how you do it, Lou, you have got a simple solution to an everyday problem we have with these green hoses.
That is absolutely correct. I mean, first of all, when did you ever see a stainless steel hose?
Never.
The only time, maybe on the back of your washing machine at home.
That's so lightweight too. You're right.
No,
and there's a reason they're always
There's a
on
reason plumbers put them there, because they won't burst, and that's exactly the fact of this. Stainless steel holds up to 600 psi of pressure, pounds per square inch of pressure. Your house is only putting out 60, so it's actually 10 times more than it needs to be. Watch what happens if I take the bionic hose and I try to kink it, okay? Can't do it. As hard as I can squeeze this, and you can see my fingers are turning colors. I'm trying to squeeze that, and I can't, but watch with the rubber hose. Oh, look at that.
Look at
really easy to do. So water's going to flow through your bionic hose, and nothing is going to go through that rubber hose. Now, that's just one reason why you want to get it, because you can't kink it. What about this? You can't cut it. Now, I'm going to show you on this rubber hose here. You can see I've already cut this a couple times, but if I take a saw and I hit the hose right here, watch this, just going back and forth, you can see how you can, absolutely. You can wear that out, you can cut that. I mean, it's not going to be hard to do. If I take the bionic hose, same saw, same spot, and you can hear it. It's not like I'm faking this. I mean, I'm in there, man. I'm trying to cut this, and you can hear nothing. It's not going to hurt the hose. So if you're one of the people like me that you go through 1, 2, 3 hoses in a season because you're out there with the hedge clippers and, you know, good night nurse, the hose is gone, you drag it across your driveway, your paver patio, that's not going to happen. Now, the other thing about this that I love is the weight. The weight difference, you're not going to believe that a 100-foot hose could be this light, okay? Yeah. Here's 100 feet of an average rubber hose sitting right here, okay? And it's coming in somewhere around 14 and a half pounds. Sure. All right? When you look at the bionic hose, and also in 100-foot length, when you look at this guy right here, it's a 6-pound difference. Now, 6 pounds may not sound like a lot until you're dragging it all over God's little green acre on your property, okay? Then you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy that this is so lightweight. And you made a really great point in the beginning about how, let me see, where's my bucket? There it is. Okay.
Over here?
About how,
got it.
About how you can take 100-foot length of our hose, and this is just an ordinary bucket that you would use to wash your car, okay? Look at this. That's 100 feet of bionic hose inside of a bucket.
And we rent a condo. There is no space to store things like this, but you still need a hose for your patio and when you want to wash the car. Sure. I don't want to be lugging one of these around, and I don't know where I would put that.
Well, and I'll tell you what, people that have boats, you know, boaters out there, folks with RVs, they absolutely love this for this reason, that you can have a longer length of hose, keep it in a much smaller space, and it's just way more convenient for everybody. Now, I want to show you a couple other things about these, though. I'm going to walk over here because I've got a couple hose reels set up.
This is fun.
And the reason I want to show you this is because for a lot of us, this is what we're doing right now. We've got a big old nasty green rubber hose that's sitting out behind our house, and it looks like that on our hose reel because you get frustrated because it doesn't want to line up properly. And quite frankly, this is a brand new hose, so it's still fairly pliable. But as they get older, they're not quite so friendly. No. They don't want to work well, and plus they get really super dirty. Feel this. Just roll that back and forth.
That's so heavy.
It's heavy, right?
And what are you spending on this thing, too? To roll it up, right?
Well, now try the bionic hose right here, and notice how neat that is. Notice we could also fit another 100 feet. That's 100 feet. Light, right?
That's 100?
That's 100.
Oh my God.
That's 100 feet of hose right there. So I can easily fit another 100 feet on the same hose reel if I wanted to do that. Now let's say that you're one of the folks out there who maybe lives in a place like you do, where you have a homeowners association, and they tell you, you know what? We don't want you to have these expensive, ugly hose reels outside. We would much prefer that you don't have a hose outside at all. Guess what? You can put it in a flower pot, and I have one on the front of my house and the back of my house with a flower, actually the side, with a flower pot with 100 feet of hose in it.
That is smart.
Yeah, and it's just a really easy way to keep the hose in one spot. It looks neat. It looks so much nicer than having an ugly hose reel out there. I mean, to me, that's just the way I'd want to do it.
And here's the deal, guys. We have more than 14,000 of these have been sold already. We have 3 different sizes for you. There's 50, 75, and 100. The 100 foot is selling 2 to 1 right now. It's definitely more bang for your buck too, because you could do 250, but why would you do that when you can see the pricing that we have on the 100 foot? So go ahead and take advantage of that. Holiday weekend, we have 4 flex pay on all of the different sizes, and just make your life simpler, because this is one of those things you need. You need it around the house. If you want to make life easier on yourself, get the hose that won't kink, won't freeze. You won't have to drag it in this winter. It can't be cut, you know, it can't be ruined. It's virtually indestructible. And Lou, I keep calling it like a coat of armor for your hose, because it does protect the hose in all those ways, because you've got all this wrapping going on the outside, but on the inside, you've got the hose you want.
Well, I mean, here's a really great example of why you want it, okay? Look at the rubber hose right here. You can see there's water. There's definitely some water coming out of the rubber hose, and we've got a couple knots in it. Look at our hose right here, the Bionic hose, and I want you to see the difference in what's going on there. Now, you might be looking at it going like, well, yeah, but those knots aren't tight. Look, I'm pulling on this as hard as I can, and I cannot
And that's
make
not the only one. I mean, you've got
No, I've got like 8. There's
here.
like 8 knots that go all the way back in the Bionic hose. The rubber hose has about 6 or 7, but even just one of them would be enough to stop it. And that's the big difference, is that when you've got your Bionic hose, you know, when you have to walk down 100 feet of hose and look for the kink that's stopping the flow of water, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
It's never going to happen with the Bionic hose, and that's the day you're going to be like, oh my God, that's the best thing I've ever bought. Just for that reason. Now, the other thing is, watch this. So I've got this length of hose out here, okay? I'm going to grab this end of it, and I want you to see something. I'm going to pull this in very quickly, okay? So this is about 50 feet of hose. Watch this. Just by doing that, I got that whole hose to come in.
I mean, you're like a cowboy lassoing it in.
I know, but watch this, though. Let me see if I can throw it out, too, because I want to show you.
Wow.
There we go. But watch this. I want you to watch this. Watch the way the hose acts on the concrete like a snake, okay?
Yeah.
Now, the reason that's so cool is this, because on the concrete, unlike a rubber hose, which is going to get some tension with the surface, so it's going to grab, okay?
It does, and then you're fraying it along the way.
You're fraying it as you're dragging it. This glides across concrete, so if you've got a concrete driveway, you know, if you've got a paver patio, anything like that, this hose is going to be a godsend for you, if only because it's going to be so easy to put it out and then drag it back in again.
And I want to mention for you guys too, this nozzle, Lou, that you were using earlier, we do have about 40 of these left.
Oh, wow.
These have 7 different spray options.
There's your jet setting, you've got a shower setting, you've got the flat, that's my favorite for washing the car, you've got the center setting, you've got your cone setting, you got the full, which is full on water, and then that gentle mister from when you're watering the flowers.
Plants.
You got a little bit of everything on this.
Wow, and even this is on 4 flex payments, you guys, and now we have about 30 left of those, so that's just it fits perfectly on your Bionic steel hose as well. So that's perfect. You know how many times I have drowned my plants because I've got the one hose that, by the way, is kinked somewhere, and after I've used all my muscle. I mean, this would make me actually take on some jobs around the house that you would typically avoid. Think about like pressure washing too. What a pain that is with your typical hose when you've got to drag it all the way around the house just to get some work done.
Well, I can tell you that I have a boat behind my house. I'm lucky enough to have that, and I have about a 100-foot run to get out there to the boat.
Okay.
And so I drag that hose across, through a fence, across a paver patio, around metal furniture, through another fence, and then I get out there, and I've been doing that now. I've had this hose since before the beginning of the summer, and there is not a single mark on my Bionic hose, and it works just as well today. And you know what? It's a pleasure to do now. I used to dread dragging in that 100 feet of hose, having to pull that in and break my back. Now I don't do that anymore. With the Bionic hose, it's just so simple to pull it in, to coil it up. I can keep it, you know, like as you see right here, we can keep a 100 feet hose in a basket. I have mine in flower pots, but you get the idea that, you know, you can have that longer length of hose. Speaking of which, if you're one of those folks out there that for years now, you've been thinking, well, I only got room for a 25-foot hose. I mean, I could use more.
That's all I can do.
But that's all I can do. Now you can go for that 100. Go for the gusto. Get the 100-foot hose. Use that at home. And let's go over one more time why people want these. Because remember a couple of years ago, like the expandable hoses were like the big deal?
I tried it, and it only lasted me a little while because it...
Exactly. And this is the thing. But why did we like the expandable hoses? hoses because they were compact, because they were lightweight.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And they acted
fabric,
just like
though. I mean, that kind of defeats the whole purpose.
And that's the whole thing, is that dragging them back and forth, you had that fabric on them, and the fabric is what wore out. Well, you know, similar to if I cut this hose right here, you can see on a regular rubber hose, and the same thing happens with those fabric hoses, it's easy to cut them to wear them out. You take the bionic hose, do the same thing, okay, that's not gonna happen. So for that reason alone, it's gonna last you longer. Now the other thing is, if you've ever left one of those fabric hoses, or even a regular hose, out in the sun for any period of time.
Oh, it gets cracks.
Well, it gets cracks, but it gets bubbles. Because the water heats up, it starts to boil in the hose, it starts to expand, and what happens? It just starts to get these bubbles inside of it. And I've had hoses twice now burst on me, but that happening. But now with the bionic hose, I've left my hose out of my driveway here in Florida, just sitting out there in the sun, baking all day. Not a single effect on the hose. Now, conversely though, if you live up north, if you're one of those people that lives in a place where it just freezes in the wintertime.
You got to bring it all in.
And that used to be the thing. You had to bring your hose in. Okay, don't have to bring in the bionic hose. Okay, take a look at this. We got a photograph of one of our bionic hoses. We sent our intern Mike up to Minnesota and had him freeze a hose. I'm kidding. But we froze a hose. And you can see right there how it's in this block of ice. And that hose, when it defrosts, will be just as good as it was before it went in there because it can't hurt it. Now, the other thing we talk about with the expandable hoses that we all love, that got everybody into the frenzy about those, was the weight, okay?
Sure. look
at the weight difference right here. And it's so hard to get your head around this. The rubber hose, okay, this is the rubber hose, and it weighs 14 pounds. The bionic hose is steel, and you would think that steel should weigh more, but it doesn't, okay? And here it is, 6 pounds lighter, same length, 100 feet, but it's 6 pounds lighter than 100 feet of the rubber hose. That, to me, right there, that's the money for me.
I don't think there will ever be a step up from this. Like there is nowhere else to go. I mean, it covers all the bases. And here's the other thing. You see how beautifully this is coiled? Enjoy that, because once you cut that open, that's the end of it. You can never get it that way again. And the fact that you can easily coil this up and easily store it wherever you want, I mean, that's just like the little things in life, right?
Yeah.
How simple that is.
That is such a big plus. and you know, again, you know, we showed you the kinking over there, but God, if you squeeze that, look at that.
Look at this.
I'm squeezing it as hard as I can. I cannot get that to kink to the point where it would stop the flow of water. But look at the rubber hose, how easy that is to do. And you know, the funny thing is that rubber gets a memory after time, okay? So if you coil it up a certain way, it's always gonna wanna be coiled up that exact same way. So when you take the hose out, a rubber hose, and you drag it across your driveway, how many times has this happened to people as you're looking back along the length of the hose, you're seeing this?
Yep.
Over and over and over again. That, my friends, will never ever happen with a steel hose. The bionic hose will never ever do this because it doesn't care which way you coil it up. It really doesn't. You can throw it in a little just nasty gnat of a pile and it's not going to care. It'll always lay out flat, and that is such a big deal when you're trying to actually make a distance with a hose. You want that 100 feet to be a real 100 feet, and after a while with a rubber hose, 100 feet is not 100 feet anymore.
No, not at all. And you know, I'm glad you mentioned the 100 foot because that is the most popular right now. It's still selling 2 to 1, and we have everything on 4 flex payments. So even that 100 foot, you can spend $12 and change to get that one home. So you can choose the 100 foot, the 75 foot, or the 50 foot. And this is a great opportunity if you do have the bionic steel hose, because it has been so popular. If you want to add on to that, go ahead and scoop it up now while it's on 4 flex payments as well. And all of these are $10 less than the retail price would be as well. So you're getting something amazing, and you're getting it at a great value too. I mean, you can't lose with that.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a magic trick, and I don't do this every show, but I feel like doing it right now. You ever see the trick where like people, the magician pulls scarves out of a hat and they keep coming? Okay, this is 100 feet of a bionic hose that's inside of a bucket, and I just want people to see that it really is 100 feet, every inch of it of hose that we're pulling out of here. And look how easy it is for me to do this. Ready? Here we go. Coming up toward the end here. 100 feet of hose.
Look at that.
In a bucket, and it's so lightweight that I could stand here all day and do that. I'm not killing myself dragging this hose around all over the place. And you know what? At the end of the day, if it's gonna help your back a little bit because you're not straining, you know, you're not breaking a sweat every time you break out the hose, if it's gonna last you longer because it's cut resistant, and if you can drive over it and you're not gonna crush it. Oh, and by the way, how many people have pulled the ends off of their hose? These are rated to over 100 pounds of force on the ends before these will come off. So we're talking about something that is is going to last and last and last. And guess what, guys? You'll never chase down a kink again.
I mean, you may never have to buy another hose again.
No.
It's also rust-proof as well, so there's nothing to worry about. And I think about my dad. Every morning he goes out front and he waters the flowers that they have hanging. But he has one of these. I guess I'm a bad daughter because I haven't gotten the bionic steel yet. But he's unwrapping, he's holding it so he can reach up. It's slimy because when you store it and it's wet, it gets disgusting. And the ends, they get corroded and rusty. So I think I know what's going to be on my list for the holidays.
It's
for
a great
sure.
gift.
Yeah, this is just, it is. It's all around. Everybody's going to use one of these, like I mentioned. So you guys have your choice. Pick from the 3 different sizes. It's $10 less than retail. Everything is on 4 FlexPay as well. Lou, thank you. You're looking great in your tack glasses.
Thank you.
Yep, and you'll be back at 6 p.m. tonight.
I will.
Okay, we'll have more fun to look forward to. All right, Valerie, I'll throw it over to you.
All right, they look pretty snazzy out there, but now that you're out kind of in the elements, how about a clearance item from Better Umbrella? This is our 44-inch, that open reverse technology, so you're never gonna get wet getting in and out of your car, in and out of the doors, carrying the kids, the groceries. It's $6.24 to get, honestly, the best umbrella you will ever own. Perfect gift item if you wanna get something for him or for her, but it is on clearance. We've taken $15 off. I think that's the lowest price I've ever seen. We might be limited on colors and prints, but it doesn't matter. They all do the same amazing job with that reverse open technology. So there you can see it funnels in that water so that you never get wet. Go to hsn.com so you can see all of our great selections on the Better Umbrella. But that concludes our At Home. It has been a great time having Michelle with us, but don't go anywhere because I got some football.